7:30. Let's call it. We're podding, baby.
Oh, is this a meeting? Are we in court? What the fuck was that?
This is what you get with Cass sometimes. He's a real wild card. What do they call it? A bag of what?
Bag of mixed nuts?
Yep.
Bag of
Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, sometimes he's a bag of mixed nuts.
Welcome to the pod, number one non-Sopranos podcast. I'm your number one host, Kasim Garaiba. With me is my sidekick, Rob Eiler.
Thanks.
And with our queen, Jamie-Lynn Segler.
You look great in all white, Emily.
You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you look sponsored or something right now. You look very chic.
This was off an Instagram ad. I got this sweatshirt.
Oh, wow.
And it came through. It is as soft and cozy as they advertised.
Is it Chinese? Because I clicked on an Instagram ad for clothes and it was they were from China. I just got the bag in.
It's from Aritzia.
Have you heard of
sound
Shein?
Chinese?
Yes. They give them regular names though. These Chinese. Aritzia could be.
What's a regular name? That's so racist.
Aritzia.
This is what I deal with.
Who are you?
Just
Jeez.
racist.
What did I say that was racist?
People think white people are racist, but man.
And they gave it a regular name as if it's in English.
No, like a not Chinese name. You know that they didn't.
Yeah, we know.
Why is that regular?
we know what you meant there, bud.
That's not okay.
Uh-huh.
Like
what
a
you're
non.
saying.
No, what I'm saying is like a non-Chinese name.
If we were recording right now, the things Cassie would be saying so much worse.
I think there's nothing wrong with that. Because they're a Chinese company, sometimes they don't want you to know they're Chinese.
Why?
Because everything from there is there's a lot of stuff that's very poorly made. But not anymore. They make a lot of great stuff.
Dig in that hole. You just keep digging, Cass.
They've made some stuff recently that is fantastic.
Like what?
You're gonna
like what? No, go ahead.
You're gonna
just saying they've also been known to make wonderful things.
Absolutely.
Or not wonderful as much as potent.
Contagious.
Guys. That's racist. And I'm glad that we both are in trouble. We're all three of us are in trouble now with the Chinese.
Well, we've got 4 ads on the pod.
I'm going to do the rest of the pod like this.
Guess what? None of our sponsors are Chinese. So
maybe they do. They just gave it regular names.
Oh, you're right.
You never know.
That's absolutely correct.
What if all of our sponsors are Chinese?
There's no way to know. Oh my God. We're in trouble. Oh shit. I think we're in the clear. Because I know which ones they are. Okay, look, Magic Spoon, non-Chinese.
No.
I don't know.
Apostrophe, not Chinese.
I don't know.
Blue Chew, not Chinese.
I don't know.
LinkedIn, not Chinese. We're good. We're in the clear.
Are we sure Blue Chew isn't? No, Blue Chew's Magic Spoon. That doesn't. No, I think we're all right.
We're good. We're good. Gabby, if any of these companies are Chinese, please nix this whole part of the pod, and I will do a restart just in case. Now, if we're good, you can play this whole thing, but we'll just do a restart. Hey, welcome to the pod, everybody. Great to be here. I'm your number one host, Kasim G. With me is my sidekick, Robert Eiler, and our queen, Jamie-Lynn Segler.
And we love our sponsors.
We love our sponsors no matter what country they're from.
Yeah, and future sponsors. We love you no matter what you've done.
Absolutely, unless you're Chinese.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
You're sweating.
I'm sweating. I'm tearing up. It was a funny one.
Yeah.
Is that an Aviator Nation sweatshirt, Rob?
No, this is just a regular hoodie. Cass, I wanted to ask you if with stuff kind of like that, I'm guessing, but you said you can't wait to have kids because you want to embarrass them.
Yeah.
So I want to know, have you planned anything out?
No, I haven't planned anything, but like a lot of it revolves around like their friends come over, and I'm being very goofy, dropping them off at soccer practice or school. I want to really embarrass them.
Do you want to come practice on my kids?
Well, that's a real great offer, and I appreciate that. I think there has to be a sort of like the kid has to really feel it from me. I think part of what would happen if I were to come out and do that with Bo is Bo would be like, hey, that's my buddy Cass. And he'd be kind of proud. You know what I mean? Not like he'd be deathly embarrassed if it was you. He's
at the age where he gets embarrassed very easily. I think if you were here for like a solid week, by day 5, he would be over the fact that you were like shiny and new and actually be embarrassed by you.
See, I think he'd start dressing like Cass.
He should dress like me. My shirt's tucked in today. I would drop him off at school in like a 911 Turbo S. Like, come on, that's too cool. Like, he would love that. He would love it. The shit I don't know where he learns this. Did I tell you when I got him new shoes and he was like, oh, Mom, these are legit. And I'm like, what? Who's he hearing that from?
Where's I don't know. And it'd be like, yo, bro, that's sick.
Yeah, he's learning it from your husband, his father.
Yeah, that sounds like his father's language.
You're right.
Yeah. Wait, Cass, can you show
all day with this, Mom?
Can you show young Jamie-Lynn what your outfit today?
Yeah, you saw it on my Instagram, Jamie. But
I wrote you look like a DILF.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Whoa. These sneakers are wild. Yeah. My dad legit wears those.
My father has those. Steve Sigler has, like, to the point where he wears them till there's like a hole in the toe and then he orders the exact same pair.
It's so funny because I dated a girl whose dad had these same shoes with his toe sticking out the front.
Yeah.
It's like a
they
thing
still work. It's like from their generation. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I had to dress up like a dad for work today and do dad stuff, so it's very cool.
Oh, this is a costume?
Well, I mean, this is all stuff I own, so I don't know how much of a costume. I wear these jorts occasionally.
But you dress like a dad for fun sometimes.
Yeah, I think it's great. Rob got me a Best Dad in the Galaxy shirt. It was a Star Wars sort of dad shirt. He knows I put out that vibe. I put out the vibe of a guy who really wishes he was a father, or maybe had kids and they were lost or drowned or something.
Well, how's your relationship going?
You definitely have that attitude.
It's great. Things are going really good. Yeah, I am. I'm so, have knock on wood here. Everything's great. I tell you what I have been tuning into is this Gabby Petito thing. Have you seen this girl that went missing?
Oh, something popped up on the YouTube.
I went from Sunday not knowing a thing about what was going on. And then Sunday night, I'm an expert. I'm like freeze framing videos.
Tell me, I know like very few things, but is the boyfriend still missing?
Still on the lam, this guy.
Wow. Yeah. And his family's not cooperating?
Well, it seems like his family knew, but were like trying to throw the police off the trail, at least to buy their son more time to get away. They have no idea where this kid's at.
This is all allegedly, by the way.
All this, guys, I'm framing up as allegedly.
But if my kid did something, I actually told Bo this the other day. I said, I will always have your back, but if you lie, I will not have your back.
Well, what if he didn't lie and he just straight up told you, I killed somebody. Will you help me? Will you help me I'm gonna run away. Will you help? Like, will you throw the cops off?
Jamie's so ride or die. She had to think about that,
I would.
I was like, I put myself in that. Yeah, no, I would be like, no, I would fucking kill me for the rest of my. Either way, it would be the worst.
Wait, so you're saying you do what?
What are you gonna do when Jack does kill someone?
Well,
he strangles him with his cock.
My God.
We call him the hammer.
This is a pod.
This is a pod. This is our
for
pod.
Those of you that don't know, because there's a lot of people that don't know, and I totally get how this could fly under the radar. However, there is a case involving white people, so that's why everyone is really they're all about it right now. And 2 white sort of van life people. So now the cool thing is like to be a van life person and you document your trips and you upload it.
I know people do get interested a lot in like the white things, like you said, but I actually think this one more leans towards the YouTube thing.
Sure. Okay. So I had this whole conversation today because why are people so invested? Here's part of what's going on, at least in my eyes. a little bit of it is because they're white, but mostly I think is because people have been deprived of one of these for a while. And they have so many things online that people can go back and like look at. They have their Instagram, they have their YouTube channel, they have like their Pinterest,
like they're putting
TikToks,
the pieces together.
and people are putting the pieces together on their own. You know, there's like this monthly subscription box that you can like week to week find out who the killer is based on clues. This is like a real life version of that, where people are like piecing together, freeze framing stuff, making timelines, talking to other people, and like trying to solve this case. And by the way, this has happened, like spectacularly failed in the past. Like Reddit, during the whole Boston bomber thing, they falsely identified who they thought was the Boston bomber, and this guy was like Richard Jewell or whatever. Like there was a essentially this can go wrong very quickly when a whole bunch of people get this mob mentality,
or it can go right, like don't fuck with cats.
Or get it right. So this is one of those things. It seems to me that this kid, so they went camping, and it turned out that they were pulled over. It looked like somebody had called the cops on him because they were arguing. They got pulled over. They were acting very strange. Girl goes missing. The guy comes home without her. And essentially everything points
nobody's heard from her from like,
no one's
for
heard
like
from
2
her.
weeks.
Well,
right,
they've heard from her, but they think the texts were actually not from her.
Right. The last text that she sent was very strange. Her mother felt like it was not something she would have said.
She called her grandpa by his first name.
Right.
Yeah.
Stan.
Right.
Here's where the case kind of had a big break. Was there was another set of YouTubers who were in the same, they were in Grand Teton, Wyoming, also camping. They were filming. They have a camera on their dash. And the girl who went missing, their van is at this point missing and no one knows where it is. These YouTubers happened to catch their van on the side of this road, and they only found it because they were going through their footage and were like, we were in the area at the same time that these people that were missing were in the area. So they go through their footage. They find that they actually captured their van on the side of the road in their footage. They upload it. Then people start piecing together a timeline. Somebody enhances the footage, and you can see like somebody closing the back door to their van. Like it's all this, it's super crazy. But essentially, cops went and found where the van was because of these YouTubers' video clip. And then that's when they found her body.
Was near the van?
Yeah. And so today they had the autopsy, and they at least they shared the results, and they identified it as her, and they ruled it as a homicide. And
wasn't like 2 weeks or so before she went missing, there was like a domestic call on them?
Yes. So somebody saw them. There's a 911 call that came out. They said they saw like him slap her, and they had a fight, and they were actually pulled over by the police, and the body cam footage of the police that pulled them over was uploaded. And you can see that like she was like crying. They pull her out of the van and ask her what's going on. And she's kind of like not hysterical, but she's like, I have OCD. She's taking on a lot of the blame. And people who have, I guess, experience in this sort of stuff say like, these are symptoms of a woman who's been like abused in a relationship, or like gaslit to think that all this stuff is like her fault.
Yeah.
The boyfriend's like strangely calm. Pieces just, and the cops are getting heat because all they did was kind of separate them and say, just spend the night apart. They didn't see the signs of like, this was like a big thing. And so essentially, you know, he looks like he murdered her, drove back to Florida, told his parents. Now they have no idea where he is. And then people just keep saying they've seen him here or there. And and it's like everyone's just on the edge of their seat. I need closure.
See, I was into one of these actually, like no, they didn't have all these moving pieces, but like a couple months ago, there was a girl flew across the country to meet this guy who was like a police officer, good looking dude, like tatted up. She was a really pretty girl. And she lived on the East Coast, maybe like Jersey or whatever. And she flew to meet him. And that day they like went on a hike. And his story is they got halfway up the hike, and he said, or she said, I'm not feeling well. I'm going to go back down. And then they found her dead like a couple hours later, like on the perimeter of a house, and they were like, oh, was she trying to like get help? They couldn't really figure out. And like he was allegedly or something, he wasn't talking. Like, I think he spoke once, and then like after that was just like completely quiet on it. And it was a really crazy thing. And I don't know. But I think the thing that got people interested was like her girlfriends from Jersey started like putting up videos of like, you know, what chivalry is not like, you know, like like just voicing their opinions, but they were like these like, you know, Jersey Shore, like kind of chicks, just basically like, yeah, you're guilty, you're this. But what his story was because everybody was like, well, why wouldn't you walk back down with her? Like, or whatever. Right. And he's like, well, she gave me her phone. I think she gave her phone or whatever. She told me to go to the top to take pictures for her Instagram. He's like, so I went to the top, and he's like, then I couldn't find her, and then they found her dead.
Oh, and what ended up happening?
I don't know if they said it or whatever. It was one of those things where like there was all this media coverage on it, and then it was just like I didn't hear. It's kind of like I'm just a slave to YouTube. Whatever they fucking put in front of me, I just watched.
Yeah, this has been one of those cases where like TikTok is really like people are on TikTok getting their news, you know, and Instagram, and people are really heavily invested. Reddit's been a big part of this. There's just
has there been a movie yet of like a bunch of people figuring out a crime in their computers in their house?
I don't know. I haven't seen one like this.
Cassim, get one of your cool friends to write it and put me in it. I want to be just play a person sitting at a computer.
Yeah, you got it. Would you be the one? Yeah, you would solve the case, not be the one.
I'd be like a bored mom,
you
know, who like gets high at night when her kids go to bed.
Yeah, a real stretch.
Goes on the internet and then like finds herself like solving this case. Oh my God. Should I not put this out there? Is this a brilliant idea? Rob, do you have your I feel like this could be your new post-workout fuel, you know, like we've done the protein shakes, so you got to like change it up sometimes.
It's amazing. Like, it's definitely great for after workouts. What I love is like late night and you're like, what am I going to eat? I want to snack on something, but I don't want to eat a full meal. And when I was a kid, I loved cereal, and then I stopped eating cereal because there was so much crap in it and it was so bad for you. And it's like, it's not worth it for me to eat a bowl of cereal when it's the same thing as eating like an incredible dessert. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, I'm not going to eat cereal anymore. But then Magic Spoon came along. When I came here, what was Cassim doing last pod when I got here, babe? Or you might have picked me up when we got here. You ate a bowl of Magic Spoon.
The frosted. I really like the frosted flavor.
Yeah, I'm more of a fruity guy. I like the I was always the fruity cereal. Love it. They have a chocolate version, but they call it what? Cocoa? Cocoa.
They have 4.
Yeah, they have 4. And
for you guys, if you're wondering, it's Magic Spoon is a cereal with 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net
carbs in each serving, only 140 calories per serving. It's keto friendly, gluten free, grain free, soy free, and it's low carb. The variety pack, not the sampler pack, comes with 4 flavors: cocoa, fruity, frosted, and peanut butter. How did I leave out peanut butter?
Peanut butter is the best. So you guys go to magicspoon.com/pajama to grab a variety pack and try it today. And be sure to use your promo code pajama at checkout to save $5 off your order. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product. It's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they will refund your money. No questions asked.
You could be a little kid again, but a healthy little kid.
Remember, get your delicious bowl of guilt-free cereal at magicspoon.com/pajama and use code pajama to save $5 off. And remember, we want to thank Magic Spoon for
sponsoring this episode. And
remember, support the people that support the show. We want to thank Magic Spoon for sponsoring this episode.
So I think everybody is thinking about content. I think it's part of their businesses. I think it's part of the future. It's a part of the way that we have to market our companies, everything. You need great content. And if you're a creator who is eager to start conversations about the world of work, who believes engagement is more than a metric, and who thrives on building community, then the LinkedIn Creator Accelerator program is for you. What is this program, you ask? Well, basically, you know how to make content that gets people talking, and they want to give you the tools and the place to do it. Tools like finding a dedicated creator manager with in-depth training to help you create in an engaging way. You can get early access to creator tools and a built-in creator network. You'll receive opportunities to be featured across LinkedIn, exposing your content to more LinkedIn members, which we know is huge. I feel like I get LinkedIn emails every day. And to top it all off, you'll get a $15,000 grant to bring your vision to life.
Yep. You guys are already on LinkedIn. Might as well use this site to help you boost and reach your customers and potentially new employers and employees in a new and engaging way. So go apply, join us, and create more than content, create conversation. Visit linkedin.com/creators to apply today.
You know what this reminds me of? That Patton Oswalt is a comedian, and his wife was doing this with which was it, the BTK killer?
Yeah. Oh no, it was the Golden State.
The Golden State killer. But he had I think he had a bunch of different names.
McNamara, Stephanie McNamara. That was her name. Her last name was McNamara. But yeah, she was the one that essentially became. She was a journalist covering it, but she ended up breaking the case,
right,
with all the stuff she found.
Yeah, and they said
might have been the BTK killer. Yeah.
Again, this is one of those things allegedly, but I think they said this in the documentary where it was she got so into it that then she started taking pills to, I don't know if it was to sleep or to what, and to this. And I think, again, allegedly, I'm sorry if this is not correct, but I think that might have been what she passed away from. Oh, it might have been an accidental mixture of pills. Can you Google that real quick?
I absolutely can. Jamie, what is it about women that are so attracted to that? Because this isn't necessarily, I mean, I'm interested in the show. There's a lot of men, but this seems to be a predominantly
Dateline 2020.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be giving a completely uneducated answer. But
welcome to Pajama Pants.
Yeah.
This is our show. Uneducated.
If I have to guess or say, to me, there's a little bit of a thrill of it. When I'm watching them, it pushes me enough out of my comfort zone and scares me just enough, but I can go to sleep at night. It stretches me. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
No. It does. But I realized that I was doing that for a while. And then it got to the point where everything started feeling sketchy because I was watching so many.
Oh, yeah.
The show, I think I talked about this in the pod before, but the thing I got hooked on was this show that solved crimes through CCTV footage, the closed circuit.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just people would be the last thing they saw him was at this bar and then he was dead or whatever. And they would just follow the camera. And then all of a sudden, halfway on the walk, you would just see somebody get out of a car and slit their throat and throw them in a bush. And it was oh, well, there we go. We got all of our answers. And this does say, she had taken a mix of prescription drugs for pain and anxiety and had an undiagnosed heart condition. So
the autopsy found that she had an undiagnosed heart condition. And it was the Golden State Killer, by the way. But there is a documentary about it, which I haven't seen. But I think there's part of this that's I would like to think that maybe if we watch enough of this and see how these things are solved, it gives somebody who's in a similar situation, the ability to maybe escape or get out of one of these situations. Maybe that's in the back of your head when you watch these sort of things. Or if you see oh, that's how her boyfriend or fiance was treating her. Maybe I should watch out for these sorts of signs in my own personal life so I can avoid getting murdered on a camping trip. There's a little bit of self-preservation, I think, that comes with this.
I also think there's something that I've talked about before when I was trying to have a relationship, which is the feeling of wanting to be right or being right and how much value you have in that. And when you say oh my God, I watched this fucking interview with this person on the news and I think they did it. And then when you want to dive deeper and deeper and deeper, and then you want to be validated sometimes, when you have a gut instinct about it, I think.
Well, yeah, it also gives you an opportunity to see if you're reading people right. You know what I mean? It's that's why we all love the procedurals. the TV shows. It's you want to feel like you can become good at it.
Here's the TV show idea I told Cassim that I think would be dope if we did it. So how people always think like their girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever is cheating on them. Mm-hmm. So it's like we talk to that person. We find out like, why do you think they're cheating on you? What kind of girl is that? What do you think is the perfect setup to like set this person up? And it works both ways, men, women. It's like our boy Cass. We see who, so we try and find out if they're cheating by setting it up through like, we do it online with them in the Zoom, and we go through like their fucking Instagrams or their whatever. You see who they're following. You try and either reach out to somebody and be like, hey, can you see contact this guy? Or we just create a page and we try and prove if the guy is cheating or not. And then she's with us the whole time, like, or he's with us the whole time, doing it with us. So it's like, it has a bit of that mystery. What do you think of that, Emily?
I love it. I mean, I loved the show Cheaters. Remember Cheaters?
Yeah, dude got stabbed
on the boat.
Yeah.
Someone got stabbed?
Yeah. What's his name?
Oh, the host.
Jimmy O'Dwyer.
What's it?
Jimmy O'Dwyer.
O'Dwyer.
I love when he'd be like, how does it make you feel? How does it make you feel right now?
No, I don't know his name.
Jimmy, isn't he like Greco something?
Oh, Jimmy Greco. Dave Greco?
I don't know. Gordon.
We have Google such close access here where we just decide not to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of good TV, Love on the Spectrum season 2.
Yay! It did? Oh my God. Now I know what I'm going to watch to fall asleep to.
Did we possibly watch episode 1 after this? Or you've been up since fucking 4 a.m.
Yeah. I got Sarah hooked on it. That's our favorite show.
Oh yeah. We can't forget it. We won't do anything together anymore.
I would love to get both of you guys in a room together until we can all watch it.
That's nice.
It's a fantastic show.
That bed only lets you control 2 temps, babe.
That's right.
Yeah.
If only you could just sit on my side.
No.
How's your show going, Jamie? Are you almost done?
No.
Is there any sense of normalcy on the horizon?
Yeah, I was just home for like 6 days straight, which was the longest stretch I've had anywhere, which was really nice. Now I'm here for a couple of days. I go back again this weekend, and then I don't know when I have to come back again. But this will take me all the way up till Thanksgiving.
Oh, really?
How many days away from the boys before you're like, I miss them so much it hurts?
5.
5?
Yeah, 5 is when it gets to be a lot. Yeah.
And what does it feel like?
It's a mixture of guilt, sadness, just like feeling like I'm missing on things, like feeling bad for them that they don't have me there, like because they also at around day 5 get kind of bummed out. Yeah. Like they're used to it now, they're fine, but like if I was here for 5 days, by day 5 they would both be feeling it pretty hard. Like Jack would start crying out of nowhere and stuff like that. Does
Cutter have them buying like boxes of survival food and things like that when you get home? Like they've totally changed. Mm-hmm. Like they're running around with dirt on their face.
Yeah, it's like Lord of the Flies.
You mean Cutter will not let dirt exist on anyone's hands or face ever.
Yeah,
I'm more easygoing than him.
You sent me a picture of Jack watching Bo play baseball. He's a big Bo fan, huh?
He is. He loves it. Although I'm not allowed to cheer. If I start to cheer, he puts his hand over my mouth because I'm too loud.
Really?
You
Jack
guys,
puts your hand?
Yeah, Bo. Yeah.
I love how you leaned in like they're there.
Bo is like in his own world. Like when he's literally like when the next kid's going up to bat and he's in the field, he'll just start pretending like he's catching fly balls. And like the coaches have to be like, Bo, get ready. Come on. He's just like literally in his own world. He makes up I told you he's lying all the time. We get in the car. Cutter had to go make dinner with Jack, and then he picked me and Bo up at the field. And Bo's like, yeah, man, drove in the winning RBI. And I was like, no, you didn't. Like, what are you just telling you? Now you're lying to your dad?
Whoa.
He wants
like,
that
approval, didn't happen.
And what does he say?
And he was like, no, I didn't say that.
You know what you should do?
That's my truth, Mom.
You know what I think you should do? See, I would be such a different parent. I would be like, yeah, Cutter, you missed it. It was awesome. Like he did drive in the winning art. And like, not only to like, just, I want you to see how far you can get Bo.
Get some good improv going.
Yeah.
Bo wouldn't stop. Bo would be the best improv partner because he literally lies all the time.
What, can you think of any other big lies?
Everything, whether he fucking brushes his teeth, everything.
Oh, that's normal.
No, but I'm meaning like the spectrum is very, I told you like, I told you about the football game when Cutter picked him up from golf.
I don't think so.
Cutter picked him up from golf school and this kid comes over and goes, "Hi, Mr. Dykstra. I was cool. I didn't realize I played Bo in flag football yesterday." And he was like, "You didn't? What? Bo is not playing football right now." And Bo was like,
"Oh."
And the kid was like, "Bo, you said you were playing against me last night. You were on the other team." And Bo's like, I didn't say that. Let's go, Dad. And I'm like, man. Bo, like, I've tried to explain to him. I was like, you're always going to lose out when you lie, whether it's like in the moment or down the line. And it leaves you with a shitty feeling when you walk around in life. Like, you're totally cool. You're totally legit, man. Like, you're all the good things without lying. Like, your life, it's dope.
I expect this from Jack, but Bo?
What's going on with Bo? You think that's making him
I don't know. And it's really bothering me. It's really, really bothering me. I don't know. I would love somebody to write in and give me their opinion. Phil?
Any of you out there with liar sons or daughters have a little experience here.
Like, what does this mean? Like, is he unhappy in his own life that he's having to like make shit up? But it's like, I don't know. He just lies about everything. And it really bumps me out.
This could be a case for our listeners to solve. Yeah. Like how we talked about people.
Help me.
Yeah. Let's solve. Why is Bo lying?
Comb through her Instagram and find moments.
Yeah.
Find why Bo is lying.
Yeah.
Get a timeline together.
Rewind all the stories I've told about him. You want to see some artwork I made today? Speaking of Bo and art.
Whoa.
My friends are having a baby.
Was it on Marco Polo?
On this Chinese app site called Marco Polo. Please sign up.
Everyone got a letter, and we're all going to contribute a letter for a little alphabet book for their babies.
Oh, okay. I like that idea.
Do you like my?
Damn, that's good, Jamie-Lynn.
Thank you.
That Jamie-Lynn.
Let's see. What's that in the top right there? My body is naturally repelling against it.
Both the joy and the Jewish are two things that your body naturally repels against.
Okay, let's see the bottom a little bit. J is for jar, jewel. Yeah, that's really nice.
Did I do a good job?
That didn't sound too convincing, Cass.
No,
I think I was very convincing because it was truthful. I think
you're a really great artist, and I maybe didn't know this. Well, it's pretty good. Like your person jumping is very clearly jumping. I mean, your jellyfish is interesting. It'll a little bit to be desired there, but your incredible jacket, joy is great.
Your jellyfish looks like
I Googled all these images and copied them off the internet.
Your jellyfish looks like Grimace.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, for sure.
The jump is that's what stuck out to me too.
I thought my juice box was pretty dope.
Your juice box is incredible.
Your drawing of your weed jars.
Your jars doesn't have any of the chronic in it, but it's 3D. It's real nice.
Can you imagine if I put weed in there?
Did you bring markers just to do this in the hotel room?
I did. I stole markers from Bob.
Wow.
Shout out to Crayola.
Who opens the markers like that?
Yeah. Did you have Did you have a J for joint before you opened up that marker box? Jesus Christ, you savage.
Holy shit.
No, but I had a J for a jelly edible.
That box never stood a chance against you, Jamie-Lynn. Holy cow. Man.
You need to go back home.
Usually people only rip a box like that when they don't know what's in it, but you knew what was in there.
Yeah, please show us. Oh my God.
Jesus, Jamie-Lynn.
You ripped that apart like a raptor would rip apart its prey.
Wow.
Right, just the gut, the middle of it.
Holy cow, Jamie. You have anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, and this marker didn't, but these markers actually.
Day 6, you've been away from your kids or something? What'd you say?
these markers didn't belong in here. So I think I ripped it when I tried to stuff them in, to be honest.
Wow.
God,
Okay.
yeah.
Never mind.
No,
Okay.
yeah, this is crazy. We got some emails.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to talk some emails?
Let's do
Yep.
it. I want, let's grab one up, but while we're on the thing of like, crimes and mysteries, Jamie, remember when you said you had a stalker?
Yeah.
You remember that? And you're like, oh, he was watching you from when you were in your house and he was watching you and this. Did you I want to know more about that. Like what we kind of brushed over that because we were talking about something else, but then it was, have you had other stalkers?
No, I don't think so. I think I have
one of them
had
right there right now. Blink twice.
No, I've had like weird people have my phone number before, I think. But no, that was the only time where there was somebody that was calling me and scaring me and saying he was watching me through my window. And this was prior to Sopranos. This was just an older guy in my high school.
You were always this hot commodity. It wasn't just a thing. Wow. So what was the first moment that you noticed like, oh, this guy might be a little or like what's going on here?
Well, it was like, I think it was over the course of 2 days that he wouldn't stop calling my phone number. And it was the day that my grandfather died and me and my older brother, Adam, were home alone. And he kept calling and I was like crying because that's when he was like, I'm looking at you through your window in like your purple sweatshirt or whatever. And that's when I ran to Adam and I was like, this guy is like looking at me. I'm like really scared. Like, please, will you talk to him? And so then he called and it was that thing where you would hang up and he would call, up, call, like would not stop calling.
Is this when the movie Scream came out? But how close to I feel like that's real scary.
This was in 1997, 96, 97.
That had to be right around the same time. Also, guys, if you are stalking somebody and you are staring out at them through the window, don't mention it while you're on the phone. It blows your whole cover.
Mm.
So my brother picked up the phone and then just started fucking with him. Like just saying like weird sexual shit, just like fucking with him. And then that pissed me off even more because I was so angry because I'm like, you're supposed to have your sister's back here. And now you're like fucking with this guy. So I had to go to the police and I had to
banging on you.
On my water bottle. I had to go to the police and give us like a statement.
Drum set you could be banging on over there too.
I packed a drum set with me from home.
Get your beats out. Get your beats out.
I didn't realize it was picking up the sound. I'm sorry.
It's all good, Jamie.
Sorry.
No.
Last pod, you made a comment that's really it was very divisive or divisive about your lack of wanting oral sex. We have
this again.
Hey, listen, we're not bringing up.
We have an email. We have an email
where a woman is wants to explain what it's like to be on your side of the fence of this.
Oh, okay.
You guys want to know something? I have a skincare routine now.
Woo!
I feel like I've been glowing a little bit.
Yeah, you look good. That's not your new girlfriend?
That's not Grease, and that's not my new girlfriend. It's
what
apostrophe.
Is it?
Look,
wait. What is it?
I can tell.
Thank you, Robert. Look, I have a complexion and I have these acne scars and things. I just have like trouble with my skin and I don't want to always go to the dermatologist. It's like time out of my day. You got to call like, who is my dermatologist? Is it in network? Is it not?
How do you spell it?
So I just recently uploaded pictures of my face. I went to apostrophe.com. I uploaded pictures of my face. That poor doctor had to sift through these photos. And within an hour, I got an email back saying, hey, based on your complexion, I recommend this sunscreen and this cream. Apply this at this time and do this at this time. And that's it. And then days later, I got a package with my skincare routine in it. So I can't recommend, the ease of use of apostrophe, and the quality of the ingredients. I've been using it for 2 weeks, every day for 2 weeks, and I feel softer. People have been commenting about how much I glow.
I can see it through the screen.
Thank
And
you
this
so much.
this is prescription skincare you guys were talking about.
That's right.
So basically, again, Apostrophe is a company with prescription skincare that offers science-backed oral and topical medications that are clinically proven to help clear acne. They connect you with a board-certified dermatologist who creates a personalized treatment just for you, perfect for your skin. You fill out just this online quiz about your skin goals, medical history, snap a few selfies, and they can help you treat anything from acne, redness, wrinkles, dark spots. So we have a special deal for our audience. Save $15 off your first visit with a board certified dermatologist at apostrophe.com/pajama when you use our code pajama. This code is only available to our listeners. To get started, just go to apostrophe.com/pajama and click begin visit, then use our code pajama at sign up and you'll get $15 off your dermatology visit.
That's APOSTROPHE.com/pajama and use that code pajama to get your dermatology visit and save $15. And we thank Apostrophe for sponsoring the pod.
What time is it, guys?
It's Blue Chew
time.
It's Blue Chew time.
Blue Chew time, dude.
For those of you that would like to experience a little more, let's just say, fullness in the bedroom,
definitely confidence.
Those of you who want to get a little more torqued, if you know what I'm saying, but don't want to pay the money that maybe like a prescription of Viagra would cost. You can actually get the same ingredients that are in Viagra over the counter through Blue Chew's delivery system.
In a chewable tablet, might I add.
It's a chewable tablet. It
at
tastes
a fraction of the cost.
At a fraction of the cost. And I'll tell you this right now, it's all through licensed medical physicians that are giving you the prescription. It's not like you're not going behind the 7-Eleven, and making a shady deal behind a dumpster. This is all above board. And it's a real doctor that's giving you the prescription. And it comes in a very discreet package, I might add. You're not getting anything at your door that says boner pills.
Nope.
Although that'd be hilarious.
That'd be great.
Practical joke.
They say no one's ever been this excited to see their postman. That's what they say.
Ooh. Look, you just sign up at bluechew.com. You consult with one of their licensed medical providers. And once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Like Cass said, no doctor's visits, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at the pharmacy. And the tablets are made in the USA and prepared and shipped direct to your door. Super discreet. So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, Blue Chew can help. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code PAJAMA at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's bluechew.com, promo code PAJAMA to receive your first month free. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast.
Subject is Miss Don't Eat My Puss. Hello, my favorite vagina pants potters. I wanted to reach out so you could have some female insight as to exactly what Jamie was saying about getting oral. I've been in a relationship for about 8 years. I've had my puss eaten before this relationship as well as with my current man piece, and it's not something I'm into. I would much rather blow my partner than get oral. Frankly, I would rather do all the things in the bedroom other than get my vagina licked. I have often wondered if it was linked to my personality being threaded with the desire to take care of others before myself, but in reality, it's not pleasurable in comparison. I do, however, enjoy when my partner fingers it out or touches me down there. Anyhow, keep up with the awesome podcast. Cash, your lady's a real peach. I'm happy for you. Jamie, thanks for having my back with the unpopular carpet munching opinion. Rob, hope your finger heals up soon. Penetration or bust, Beck. So there you go.
Yeah, she explained it well.
Yeah. Well,
I agree.
She says she likes the fingers.
Yeah, I'm with her. She sounds a lot like me.
We should all make our own merch, and Jamie should be like a hoodie that just says like "Don't eat my puss."
Yeah, I'll wear that.
Yeah. You finger, and on the back it's like you can finger it, touch it, fuck it.
Yeah, I'd rather blow you.
Yeah, I'd rather do anything else anywhere in the house. just don't eat my puss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I think that's something I understand. Sense. Yeah. It's not everyone's going to be into the same stuff sexually.
Rob, how's your finger?
It's so much better. So, well, now like the nail, I know this doesn't work and it bothers Casa when we do this. So it's not gonna, it's a lot better. I like pulled something off. It's like the nail is.
Oh yeah. It looks almost normal.
You can see how that's like.
New stuff. Yeah. It's not black in any part of it right now, which is
no. That part came off, which is cool. And now it's just like the nail is shattered. And you know what sucks? Like the pain of this happening to me it really wasn't that bad. But now, because it's like your nail is basically sliced down the middle, sometimes when you're doing things, it'll catch on something and it like tugs. And that shit is not fun. Like that shit, your nail's like really on there and it'll get stuck on like a piece of like thread or like the headphone. I don't wear the Bluetooth headphones. I wear the ones with the wires and it'll get caught on that or whatever. And it fucking sucks, but it's shocking how the pain like from this whole thing was not as bad as you think, but it's an annoying fucking injury. Cause I didn't go to the gym for a week. I just worked out like legs one day because I was like, I couldn't make a fist. I couldn't grab anything. And then you have like your natural reaction, like somebody opens a door, like you go to grab a door and you go to do it with that hand. And that wasn't fun. But as far as like the actual slicing of it, that was the like least shitty part of this whole saga.
Have you had sweet potatoes since?
Have I? I don't know. I didn't really cook my own food.
Was it a real bummer to walk back into your apartment and see the mess that it was?
It was, but this made it funny, like because we talked about it and joked around about it and stuff. Like I went in there and I was thinking about us like talking about it. So it was all good. It was fine. Plus, I think I cleaned, while I was waiting for the Uber, just cleaned up a little. So there was like my garbage. Basically, it was like there were a bunch of bloody things on the thing, but then like the garbage can was just full of bloody stuff, Yeah. But it was cool. Once I put my hand over the heart, that's what my manager told me to do. You need to put your hand up in the air.
Shout out to Jeff.
Shout out, Jeff.
This email's titled Rob's Eyebrows.
Woo.
Hi, guys. I've been wanting to write into the pod for a minute. I'll skip the circle jerk of praise, but couldn't find a topic I felt strongly enough about until now. For the past few months, I've noticed how structured Rob's brows eyes are.
Rob's brows?
Structured Rob's, we'll just say eyebrows, even though it says brows eyes, especially for a guy. Do you get them done? What's your eyebrow maintenance process? Keep up the good work, guys. I can't wait till you have your number one view, Big Ed, on the show. Best, Lizzie. P.S. I sent my dating profile on Instagram for review, but I think I got ghosted by Cass after I had to resend the images. Are we ever bringing that segment back? We're going to be a little more sparing with that segment, but we will bring it back and we do appreciate it.
I think we're constantly evolving. And I do think listen, I
absolutely,
I think we listen to the audience, but also if it was something where we were like, this segment fucks, and then people just didn't really like it, maybe we'd put a little tip, but I think after you do that a few times, you kind of, you put out there most of your feelings.
That's going to be good for when we do a live show one day.
Yeah.
What about your eyebrows? I want to hear.
We barely got this.
You got a fan
this week, but I think the live show is going to be huge.
I'll never stop talking about doing a live show.
I mean, we would have no.
Rob's just worried about being bad live, not having enough to talk about. I think it would be great.
No, but we'll have to plan a lot more than we do for this.
And you guys are going to do that when?
We will.
Oh, come on.
We don't have a date on the books. You give me a date. And
come on. I don't believe it.
I am a professional.
Jamie-Lynn, you are a television star.
I will be ready.
That's right.
I take I have these little scissors and sometimes I'll get hairs that grow in the middle and between my eyebrows. And I'll just snip those, but I don't really do anything else. No, tweezers. That's crazy. I'm not gonna sit there and individually tweeze all my eyebrows.
What's crazy about tweezers?
Because it takes. I don't like to sit in front of a mirror for 35 minutes pulling out one hair at a time. I hate shaving because I hate fucking staring in the mirror and trying to get I hate it. It's just it's such a waste of time to me. It's I had to pack this week, unpack, pack, unpack. I hate it more than anything. I'm like, because this leads to nothing. This does nothing. I'm putting all this stuff in this bag nicely just to get somewhere, to take it all out again, to put it back in again, to bring it home, to take it all out again. I hate packing so much.
Do you do laundry before you leave if you're on like a longer trip? If you have access?
Of course. And I put all new clothes. Like
Love
when we went to San Diego.
Love that about you.
All of my clothes that went packing home were clean.
Last day on a trip, me and Rob are fucking up that washer and dryer. We are using
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, you said that on our trip to San Diego, the washing dryer was going from the time we walked in until
you were doing it every day, and the dryer was so weak that I felt like you had to use 2 cycles for every load. Okay, we got some more emails.
What's your eyebrow maintenance, Jamie-Lee? What about you, Cass?
I'll sit in front of the mirror for hours and pluck.
Maybe you do have enough time to plan a live show.
I have to pluck the middle of it like once a month, and when I pluck them, I get into these sneezing fits. Jamie, do you ever sneeze? You ever sneeze when you pluck them? Because they just feel like they're just.
Well, when I get one down here, when I get one down here, that's like, oof.
Yeah.
Now we're podding.
This is podding, baby.
Yeah.
Thanks for your emails. Yeah. And please, guys, don't forget to put in your circle jerk of praise. We do really appreciate that.
We have only a couple days, so that Sopran movie comes out, Jamie-Lee.
I know. Crazy.
When this pod comes out, it'll be like 3 days, 4 days. That's fucking strong.
Yeah.
Actually, when we release the next pod, it'll not this pod, but when we release the next one, it'll be out. Are you gonna
watch it?
Well, I'm going to see it on next week. There's like a screening here in LA.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Which I wish you would be here, but you're busy planning the live show.
Busy planning the live show. I'm working hard.
When
the next.
When your manager calls you for the next giant job that you have to do, you should be like, I can't take it. I'm busy planning the Pajama Pants live show.
That's exactly what I'm going to say. Yeah. Planning PJ Pants live show.
You got a 10 episode arc on, I can't name one TV show right now. That's not a reality show.
I just watched.
Succession's coming back.
Yeah, baby. October 17th. Season 3 of Succession. Yeah. I just watched this. I don't know, Jamie, if you've seen it, it's on Hulu. It's a documentary about the LuLaRoe multi-level marketing, like pyramid scheme, these people that sell leggings, but it's a 4-part. It's on Amazon. I highly recommend for those of you that are into, stories about companies that are taking advantage, multi-level marketing, #bossbabe, girl boss, make full-time money with part-time hours.
You know what he's talking about, Amy?
No.
Yeah, it's a clothing. It's a real fun, easy watch with some colorful characters and sort of like scintillating business stuff. That's it.
So, Jamie, since that's it, Jamie, was that the end of your stalker? Like your brother spoke to your stalker, and then that was it?
Well, then I went to the police, and
what a segue!
Now we're podding.
Well, let me talk a little bit more about this LuLaRoe stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Isn't that fucking stuff you drink?
LaCroix?
LuLaRoe.
And then they traced the number, and it was a kid that was in my high school.
So what's the next move now? Did they arrest him? What, they just go to his house? They called
his parents, talked to him, whatever. Said
and then he left you alone?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I would freak out when I would see him in the hallways at school and stuff, but he had to be like, I didn't have a formal restraining order, but I think there was enough of a threat of like, do not talk to her. You know what I mean? Type of thing.
Listen, I don't want to say this for people to do, especially kids in high school. It's a horrible thing to do. This is just what I'm thinking here. As a kind of fun thing he might have done, where it's like you see Jamie-Lee at school, you check out her purple shirt, and then when she gets home, you just call her and you go, hey, I see you standing, you take a guess where her phone is. Back then, it was almost always in the kitchen, you're like, I see you standing in the fucking kitchen with your purple shirt.
Well, bitch.
He's home eating Magic Spoon,
I see you in your purple shirt, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
That's like a smart one. Hey, that's a great tip to how to be a creep.
I thought you were going to say how to be a cool dude.
Yeah. Yeah, from our YMH people. Would that be a cool dude?
It'd be a cool
guy move?
Yeah. Super cool. Such a cool guy move. Kasim was big in the YMH is coming out with a live show. They came out with a live show a couple of days ago, and you could go online and order it. They're always amazing. But Kasim was in, what do you call that? Like the not coming attractions.
How old are you?
I don't go to the movies anymore, babe.
Yeah, well, they put out a promo because we had Tom on the pod, and I watched these YMH live shows.
Yeah,
and I'm sure like a lot of people that listen to our pod who have come over from YMH, I think they're crazy. I think they're hilarious. They're disgusting. I can't turn away, but I also can't watch it at times.
I not only watched them, I was on one.
You were on one.
Yep.
That's the one sorry, am I getting a little too close? Jesus. If you're watching this now, one came out last week. I'm sure it's on VOD.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, go support the YMH fam and go download it.
I think it's YMHlive.com.
YMH Live.
If it's whatever it is, Gabby will put it on the screen.
It's the best $10 or whatever they charge that you can spend. They really do put in a ton of production, and there's like sketches, there's great guests, there's hilarious videos, and a ton of videos that they call the heavy videos that are very, very hard to watch. And I recommend downloading that. Support the fam.
Jamie-Lynn, have you ever slept with one of your friend's brothers?
Never slept with, but hooked up once.
Oh, how did that go?
It was we all were like laughing while it was happening, basically.
Oh my God. I have the best fucking thing ever for this pod. I never wrote it down. I totally forgot. I was at my friend's wedding this weekend, and we're fucking, I see a friend who I haven't seen in a while. And it's actually this guy who, like, he's a Mexican dude, lives in Mexico. Like, I met him when I went with my friends to Mexico, and he's friends with my friend. I just say that because, like, he's not he's not like, he doesn't live in New York. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like a dude where it would be like, oh, this makes sense. So he goes, what have you been up to lately? And I said, I started a podcast with one of my best friends and another guy. And he was like, oh, it's that's amazing. Like what is it about this? And he watched Sopranos. So I'm like, oh, the girl played my sister on Sopranos. I do with her. And he goes, oh, well, I told you the story of how I know her, right? I go, no, you haven't. He goes,
here we go,
a cruise?
baby.
Yup. He goes, and by the way, let me tell you something. There is a episode of this pod that is called Cruise Ship Sigler, and Jamie talked about how she used to go on cruises and she was a slut. And it's true.
Did we meet one of the
Was
men?
it the guy that I slept with?
It was he goes, oh yes, she slept with my brother on a cruise I was on. Like whatever, 20 years ago, however many years ago that was. And I said, that's interesting because one of our episodes is titled Cruise Ship Sigler because she, like I said, talked about how she was a slut on
Jamie, you are so fucking cool.
Unlike my son Bo, I don't lie.
Yeah, no, you don't. You were a little slut.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
Fucking crazy. Yeah,
how many of these guys are out there?
Rich Jewish Mexicans.
Yes. Yeah, that's who this dude is. He owns. So
they have like bodyguards and shit because they're like, yeah.
Yeah, my friend, because I remember, so my friend opened up a restaurant in Mexico, and this dude was the guy who like got the location and everything, and that's how we met him. And he's a awesome guy. The guy's such a cool, like,
yeah.
I don't know. There's something about like he talks about Mexico sometimes, and you're like, man, it's just so like, obviously it's fucking scary and crazy, but like, it makes you so cool. When he's like, it's not that bad. He's like, a couple times, like I've been driving down the highway and there'll be like a bunch of cars will just rush in, stop and put a gun to my head and they'll take your watch or something, but nothing crazy. Like, right. I'm like, what? Like, that sounds a little nuts, you know? And he's like, you just got to be careful around there. But
Jewish Mexican.
So he wears the Star of David, which you were so grossed out by that Jamie drew on the paper.
I was not. I support all faiths.
And he wears that like around his neck. And I remember the first time being like, oh, I didn't know there was a big like Jewish Mexican population.
Is there?
Yeah, very big.
Are they? Okay, hold on. Are they Mexican?
Ashkenazi? I know where you're going, bud.
Yeah. Oh my God. Get out of here with that. I don't understand how that happened. Where the Jewish faith entered in the Mexican.
I don't
culture.
I don't know either.
I understand how the Spaniards came and they conquered the Aztecs and they completely decimated a people and gave them an illness. But where's the Jews? How do they get to Mexico? When did that happen? What's the history there? Is there a hardcore history I got to listen to? That's incredible, Jamie. Your legend is growing by the pod.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it probably got there through cruise ships. You know,
yeah.
These Mexican guys came on cruise ships. They met beautiful Jewish women. Next thing you know, they're wearing the Star of David around their neck.
Jesus Christ!
Wouldn't convert for Jamie if you met her on a fucking cruise when you were 16 years old and she just told you like, hey, you got to wear this necklace and tell people you're Jewish?
I absolutely would.
Of course you would.
Aren't you? You're half Jewish, Jamie. What's your?
Well,
maybe that's how it happened.
I was bat mitzvahed, raised. My mom converted when she married my dad.
You did that just for the clout, though. The bar mitzvah.
Bar mitzvah?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. What at the
bat
party?
Mitzvah, Jamie.
Bat mitzvah. You're right.
I know my Jewish.
You know your Jewish.
Heritage. I know my heritage. My Jewish heritage.
Yeah.
I would like to be a guest on your podcast. Is that a real email, or is that just somebody who's like?
I mean, we get people that email us to want to be a guest on the pod, which is always the person you want. It's the person that's going to email you.
Yeah, it's always Martin Scorsese, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. It's from Tom Hanks.
Look.
Oh no, this isn't a real thing.
Yeah.
Right. Wait. Here's why. A small business owner knows. No.
This is.
Yeah.
I can't think of a more boring email. And sorry, Eric, if we're reading your email, just
But is this even real, or is this something that they just send out to everyone? Like, hey, I want to be a guest on your pod, because that'll get you to click on it. Like I just did, like an idiot.
Yeah, we could be. I got another email here.
We could be.
It could be.
Yeah, we could be.
We could be. Hello, gang. My fiance Gabe and I watched The Sopranos this summer. We fell in love with the show. Shocker. And we obviously know Cassim from YouTube. Question for Cassim. What was it like shooting Going Deep, and did you smash any of them? Question for Jamie-Lynn.
Let's do these one at a time, babe.
It was great and no. Question for Jamie-Lynn. Cool
Shocker.
that you are also from Long Island originally. So am I. Do you constantly tell people that gabagool is filled with fat and nitrates?
No.
Right, we're rifling through these. Question for Rob. How did they do that scene when you had no eyebrows? Another eyebrow thing.
Wow.
Definitely my favorite AJ scene.
It was a theme in this pod. This is so boring, and I think I've talked about it before. They wanted to shave off my eyebrows, and there was talk about like they might not grow back to film the next episode. They wanted them back. So they actually got the person who did the makeup for Dick Tracy, who like won an Oscar, who was like this amazing guy, came in, and I would fall asleep and wake up like 2 hours later and have no eyebrows on my face.
It took him 2 hours to do no eyebrows.
It's like with latex. And
I hope that's all he did.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes my pants would be.
Best Leah and Gabe. They're getting married next summer. We can come if we want. Is what Leah.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Do the live show at the wedding.
Yeah.
That'd be so sick. Doesn't take a lot for me to get to a wedding. I just need good food.
Did I ever tell you how good I am at weddings?
I know. I've heard all about it.
You fucking asshole.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about your wedding experience?
No.
Rob's a legend in the wedding scene, just like you're a legend on the cruise ship scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wedding Eiler.
Tune into my pod to hear what Rob's like at weddings. Coming out very soon. Anytime. Aren't you going to be on it?
Mm-mm. I refuse.
Wait.
I'm your improv partner. No, I will not be.
No, but.
Oh, yeah, I will be. It comes out Tuesday, right?
Yeah,
that's how we do it. Yeah, Talking Tuesdays with Cassim. 2 for Tuesdays.
Talking Tuesdays.
Yeah, Talking Tuesdays with Cassim and Rob.
Oh, people want it.
I am great at weddings. The things I do for you, man. Anything to make Cass laugh.
Oh, it's so good.
No, but I went to Aspen this weekend, my friend's wedding. I had that place. A lot of people.
Isn't it gorgeous?
People shit on it and they're just like, it's just fucking place for rich white people. It is.
No one shits on it. They never go there because they can't afford it. That's
right.
Yeah.
But it's
nice though.
It was
it's like a small little beautiful place.
Yeah. And it's like it's just one of these places where like, put it this way. If I went there and you had to drive everywhere, I would have been like, oh, that place was whatever. You never have to get in a car. It's like being in New York City, but it's only like, 1/20th or 30 or whatever. I don't know anything about fucking how big either one of them is, but of the size. And it's incredible. Like You leave your hotel, the mountain's right there. You walk out, everything's beautiful. All the scenery's beautiful. You go on hikes and like 3 blocks away from the place you have the best restaurant. It's all just so condensed in this little area. When you have to leave for your flight, the airport is so small that I think it closes. Like they're like, hey, the airport's only open from like 8 to 8, like, you know, because it's so tiny and like everyone knows each other there. Everyone's like, hello, how are you? It was an unbelievable weekend. My friend got married like at the top of the like 1,200 fucking feet up in the air on top of the ski mountain. I've never seen anything like, you know, the nicest wedding I've been to before that is just Jamie-Lee's.
Rob looked great. He sent me a picture of the group, but Rob had this tux on, and I was like, send me more of those photos. And he won't send them to me. Yeah, I said no. That was just the night before the wedding. Because I only had tuxedos. I had no suit, so I wore a tuxedo to the rehearsal dinner and then a tuxedo to the actual wedding. But it was you clean up real nice. It was great. It was really good. It was really special. Very nice. And it's weird when you go away. It like changes everything. Like I feel like I missed even, you know, until I saw him. I felt like I really missed Cass. I feel like I missed you more. Like you get home and then like there's a weird thing like, all right, he's hugging me and he gave me a little kiss. Love you. Okay. All right. Thanks. Do you pretend to brush your teeth too? I've been at work all day drinking coffee. I'm kidding. You never have bad breath. I'm just joking. But what was I just gonna say about the wedding? I don't know. It was fucking unbelievable. It was my first like big thing since COVID, where it was like a party with fucking 200 people, and it was people I hadn't seen in years, and it's just all like hit you real fast. And I was there, and there's weed shops, and I hadn't smoked in like 2 months before I cut my finger, and then that day I went home and just like smoked like a maniac because I just wanted to like not feel it and sleep good. And when I went there, like I happened to walk by the weed shop. I'm like, you know what? I'll grab one joint. And if the moment hits me, like it hits me. And I left Jamie-Lee a little voice note.
He did.
But I was like, so I kept it in my pocket. And I was like, you know what? If the moment is right, I'll smoke this joint. If not, I'll just throw it out before I leave. And after the rehearsal dinner, I had to walk back to my hotel because the hotel where the thing everyone was staying was booked when I booked myself, because I'm a little bit of a procrastinator. And I was walking home and it started raining. It was in the rain. I'm in the tuxedo, and it had been raining already. So like the entire city was empty, and it was like 10 o'clock at night. And there was no one on the streets. It's raining. And I'm like, I'm just going to fucking light this joint. And I lit the joint, and I walked down the street, smoking a joint in the rain after not leaving fucking, you know, California for 2 years and moving here and getting stuck here and all this shit. And I was like, wow. So tell what did I say on the voice note, Jamie-Lee?
That you were saving the joint for like a special moment, and that you wanted to like share it with me, and you just wanted to like say you were smoking and thinking of me.
Yeah.
It was very sweet.
I was like, I miss you, Jamie-Lee.
Yeah. It would have been nice to get one of those voice notes. No, stop. I'm glad you got it. I'm glad you got one, Jamie. And that's,
yeah, we're here now, you know?
Yeah, it's, you know,
we're pals.
It's not the same, but
we're buds. No, we are. We're friends.
Oh, Jamie-Lee. Jamie, what are you doing?
Oh no, she's not pointing out the Jewish star.
Jellyfish.
She's saying you're a jellyfish. You're jelly. You're jealous.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I get you, Jamie. I get your humor. Kassem's, you know. Why did you put for people who are just listening, why did you put your fingers up to the screen like a cross and start hissing like a...
What are you talking about?
What was that about? Because of the Star of David?
No. I think we got to do some ads here, some non-Chinese ads.
Let's do it.
Jamie, thanks for being such a trooper, staying up late with us tonight.
Yeah, we love
You're welcome.
You know, Jamie stayed up late because Papa Gas had to work today.
Yeah, so you can check us on Instagram, get the we got YouTube, and you get your Reddit, and you get people who can check this out.
Oh.
That's me doing the ads?
No, that's how you wrap up Pajama Pants every week. That was it.
Hey guys, like thanks for watching another episode of Pajama Pants. And I just want to thank you guys for supporting the show and supporting the sponsors that support the show. We're on Instagram and at Pajama Pants Podcast. Jamie and I are on Instagram and Twitter. We're on YouTube.
Pajamapants.com.
And make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you know when our videos go live, which is every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m.
Fast, you could,
Rob's not on social media. He's off the grid, but you can send us emails at askpajamapants@gmail.com.
And I'm Kasim G.
I'm
hostess with the Moses.
I'm your host with the most, and my sidekick, Robert Eiler. And for Jamie-Lynn Sigler out there in New Mexico saying good night and good luck.
Yeah.